Good morning to all. In this video, we are going to discuss about gas turbines. Gas turbines. So, we are having different types of turbines: water turbines, steam turbines, stationary turbines, and another type of classification of turbine is gas turbine. Gas turbine. Okay. So, these gas turbines are most commonly used in aviation and marine fields. Aviation marine fields because it is self-contained, light in weight, and not required any cooling system. Generally, it is fifth in overall the shape of the structure. So we need not to develop any new buildings or new structures for this type of turbines or engines. Okay. So now what the gas turbine includes the compression and heat addition process. Gas turbine includes the compression and heat addition processes. Okay. So what are the limitations of this gas turbine means? So these are not self-starting initially. So we have to supply some amount of energy, that is to run the compressor, we have to supply some amount of energy. So hence we cannot say that it is an self-starting system. Okay. Next one is low efficiency at part loads. Part loads means at small loads it is declared as not efficient. It is not efficient compared. Next is non-reversible. Here any process is not reversible process because once the air is compressed in that engine we cannot expand the air. So all the processes are considered as irreversible processes. So high rotor speeds, the gas turbines high rotor speeds are attained. So these high rotor speeds cannot be utilized for general purposes. Okay. And next is overall efficiency of the plant is low compared to the steam plants or some other plants. Okay. So classifications of gas turbines. So the gas turbines are classified into mainly into two types: open cycle gas turbines, closed cycle gas turbines. Okay. So constant pressure gas turbines, in that one is open cycle gas turbine, second one is closed cycle gas turbine, and another classification is constant volume combustion gas turbine. Volume combustion gas turbine. Okay. Now in almost all fields, open cycle gas turbine is commonly used because of ability of burning the cheap fuels also. So in open cycle gas turbine we can use the cheap fuels, that means low combustion, low calorific value fuels also we can utilize to run the open cycle gas turbines. Okay. So first, what are the merits of gas turbine over IC engines? IC engines. So the mechanical efficiency of the gas turbine is higher than IC engines. So because the frictional losses and the shock losses are very less in the gas turbines because we are not using any pistons or reciprocating cylinders or any cams in this engine. Just we are using a compressor and combustion chamber to run the plant. Okay. So gas turbine does not require any flywheel as torque on shaft is continuous and uniform. Okay. So if the torque is continuous and uniform, there is no need of supplying the intermediate energy. So hence the gas turbines does not require any flywheel or energy storing system. Okay. The weight of gas turbine is less compared to the IC engine. Okay. The gas turbine can be driven at high speeds, which is not possible in IC engines. So at high speeds also we can run the gas turbines. Okay. Next one is the gas turbine ignition and lubricant systems are much simple. The ignition and lubricant systems are much simple in gas turbines. So some disadvantages are also there in gas turbines. So first one is the thermal efficiencies are low. Next one is with wide speed, the fuel control is difficult because to increase the rotor speed or decrease the rotor speeds, we have to supply adequate amount of fuel. So at every time, without constant speed regulation, the adequate supply of fuel is somewhat difficult. And next one is difficulty to start gas turbines compared to the IC engines. So in IC engines, by means of switch operation, we can start the engine and we can stop the engine. But in case of gas turbines, we have to run the compressor or to have to stop the compressor to start the engine, such that is one of the disadvantage on the gas turbines. And next one is the turbine blade requires special cooling system. Special cooling system. Okay, since the turbine plates are continuously rotated, the more amount of frictional energy, frictional heat is developed by means of heating of steam jet. So hence we require special cooling system in the turbine. Okay, the manufacturing of turbine blades is difficult because of the material whatever using. So magnesium alloy materials are commonly used to develop the gas turbine blades. Hence this is the one of the difficulty to develop the blade to construct or develop the blades. Okay, so what are the merits of the gas turbine over the steam turbines? Okay, so the capital and running cost is less compared to the steam turbine plants. So for same output, the space required is very less. Suppose in steam power plant to develop a power, we require cooling towers, condensers, compressors, evaporators, heat exchangers, like that many elements are included in steam power plant. So but with the same output, the gas turbine plants will occupy very less space. Okay, next one is the starting is more easy and quick. So because just by running the compressor, the work is going to be generated. Here in steam power plants, we have to supply the feed water, and for feed water we have to add heat addition, and here the water has to be boiled to a temperature of melting until it reaches the melting point, and after that the steam has to be converted to superheated steam, and then it is passed to the turbine. Then only the work will be started, the work will be produced. But in case of gas turbines, just by running of the compressor itself, the work will be started. Okay, so next one is weight per horsepower is very less. Okay, next, it can be installed at anywhere. So the gas turbine plants can be installed at anywhere because it is just utilizing the air or fuel, air as a fuel. So but in case of steam turbine, we have to search for water resource. If water resource is adequate and available, then at that place only we can establish a steam power plants. But in case of gas turbines, we can establish at anywhere. Okay, next one is control of gas turbine is much easier compared to the steam turbines. Okay, so boiler along with other accessories like heat exchangers, condensers, evaporators, and feed pumps. So like that, these are not required in the case of gas turbines. Okay, these are some of merits over the steam turbines. Okay, now we are going to discuss constant pressure open cycle gas turbine. Okay, so this is the schematic layout of constant pressure open cycle gas turbine. Okay, so what are the components in this turbine are compressor, combustion chamber, and turbine. So only 3 components in the constant pressure gas turbine system. Okay, so in process 1-2, adiabatic compression will be takes place. In process 2-3, constant pressure heat addition will be takes place, and process 3-4, adiabatic expansion will be takes place. Adiabatic expansion is going to be takes place. Okay, now see, in open cycle system, the compressor and turbine are mounted on the same shaft. The compressor and turbine are mounted on the same shaft. Okay, now the air is drawn to the compressor, and after compression, the compressed air is passed to the combustion chamber. Okay, so in open cycle system, first the fresh air is taken as inlet to the compressor. In the compressor, the air is compressed and it is passed to the combustion chamber. Okay, so now the high pressurized air is entered into the combustion chamber. In the combustion chamber, the heat energy is supplied by spraying the fuel into the air system. So in the compressor to the compressed air, the high pressurized compressor air, the fuel is going to be sprayed. So whenever the fuel sprayed in the compressed air, and rapid action will be takes place, and heat energy will be generated inside the combustion chamber. So due to the heat energy, with the high heat energy, that results the hot gases. And the hot gases are passed into the turbine. into the turbine. Okay, so in the turbine, the gases are expanded and work is developed. And from the turbine, the exhaust gases are released into the atmosphere. Okay, so as I said, the open cycle system consists of three processes: irreversible adiabatic compression 1, 2, constant pressure heat addition or heat supply in combustion chamber 2, 3, irreversible adiabatic expansion in the turbine 3, 4. Okay, so this is the TS diagram for open cycle system. See here, 1, 2 is adiabatic compression, 3, 4 is adiabatic expansion, 2, 3 is constant pressure heat addition. Okay, so in this 2s and 4s are represents the actual cycle. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 is theoretical TS diagram. 1, 2 dash 3, 4 dash is the actual TS diagram. Due to the transfer of energy, there may be change in the energy due to the frictions or some other effects. So hence the points may be deviated compared to the theoretical cycle to the actual cycle. Okay. So next, now we are applying the steady flow energy equation to the cycle. Okay, to each and every element. Assuming the change in kinetic energy between the various points of the cycle to be negligible, that is small compared to the enthalpy changes, and then applying the steady flow energy equation to each and every part of the cycle per unit mass, we have the work input to the compressor is Cp into T2 dash minus T1, and heat supplied is Cp into T3 minus T2, and work output of the turbine is Cp into T3 minus T4 dash. T4 dash is nothing but Ts. Okay, T4s. So therefore, the net output is equal to work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor. Okay. Now thermal efficiency. The thermal efficiency is nothing but ratio of net work done to the amount of heat supplied. Okay. So net work done is turbine work minus compression work divided by heat supplied Cp into T3 minus T2. Okay. Now compressor efficiency. The compressor efficiency is nothing but work input to the actual work. That is work done input to the theoretical work to the actual work. That is theoretical work in compression is Cp into T2 minus T1 and actual work is T2 dash minus T1. That is the ratio of compressor efficiency. Okay. Next one is turbine efficiency. The turbine efficiency is nothing but ratio of actual workput to the isentropic workput. So that is actual workput is Cp into T3 minus T4 dash, and theoretical workput is Cp into T3 minus T4. So that is the turbine efficiency. Okay. Thank you.